What's up, guys? I just got back from the bait store. I got 3 dozen crappie minnows, 3 dozen bass minnows. I fed them a couple already. So I have this small frable that I use to get the fish, and then I transfer them into this bigger one. And I don't use any of the standard bubblers because they die way too fast, and I'm not spending that much money on batteries. So I got 3 of these running it. But yeah, I'll get you guys. Oh, I think there might be a. Oh, okay. Wiper just took care of that. There was a minnow left over there. Yeah, I'll put some more minnows up in here. Get that out of there. Alright. Largemouth already downed like 3 of them. Little dude's lucky. The largemouth already ate 3 or 4. Only got 3 chubs left, so I'm gonna have to make another trip down under the bridge to get some more. Okay, so I don't think I saw the perch eat. I know the smallmouth didn't eat. He just eats the chubs. Conserves energy, which isn't really a factor in a fish tank, but yeah, I think I saw pretty much every other fish eat except that little perch. He doesn't really eat that much. I am thinking about getting a backer on this tank because it drives me crazy every time, like every day I scrape the algae, it seems like, and then it's right back. But if you have a backer, it's still there, but you don't notice it. There's nothing wrong with having algae, especially in a native tank. If you've ever been walking through a stream or river, all the rocks are covered in algae. So it's healthy algae. Contains live bacteria and all that. really excited for this largemouth. I caught him real small. He's grown a decent amount. I remember when all the fish I had in here were that, pretty much that size. All the fish I got from the hatchery. And actually, I did have a muskie I bought. He was probably 12 inches or so, but he didn't make it, which really sucks. But I'll get some more minnows up in here. I would eventually, when I move out of this house and get a bigger house and a bigger tank, like I want to have multiple tanks, like as many as I could fit. But I'd like to get a 400 or 500 gallon tank and raise a little muskie. Get them at like 2 or 3 inches long and just raise them out. And the cool thing is when these fish all grow up, they're all native, so I can just let them go in the reservoirs. Oh wow, I'm very surprised. I think 3 of them just got ate right off the bat. These bluegills never stop eating. There's a crappie. Wiper. I think the next fish I will release, I recently had a rock bass in here, but he was terrible. Most people would think a smallmouth was bad, but the smallmouth really isn't that bad as far as beating up the other fish. Smallmouth really is, compared to that rock bass, a tame fish. That rock bass would tear anything up that got near him. So I just let him go back in the river I caught him out of. But the next fish I do plan on releasing would be these 2 wiper. They're getting pretty big and they're not really fish tank fish, if that makes sense. Like, oh, there's a crawdad. It's weird to see him out. I don't even know how many I have left because I started off with 3 and one of them every single night would escape. So then me and my girlfriend put up saran wrap and tape and we reinforced it and he ended up being dead over here behind me on the floor. And then there was 2 of them and those 2 never tried to escape, but I looked around the other day and I'm pretty sure it's just this dude left. So I'm hoping at least one of them stays because they're pretty cool to watch. And then I do have a yellow belly catfish that lives in here. I haven't seen him out the past 1 or 2 nights, so I've been trying to, I'll throw minnows down here for him, down this hole, because that whole thing is shallow. That's how he's living in there. So the days I did see him, he looked fat, so he's definitely eating those minnows, and I'll put night crawlers down there for him too. But I also have some shrimp tails that I'm gonna start putting in there every night. But I'm really hoping tonight I see him, because he's really cool. And eventually he won't be able to fit in there anymore, so he'll have to live in either this pirate ship or in there, or I'll honestly probably live in here. That's the most spacious. And then if he grows out of those, I'll have to get him something else. But I think I'm down to 1 crawfish. Smallmouth doesn't even try to eat them, which is surprising. I'd say he's definitely big enough to eat that size crawfish. But I'm pretty sure he's the one that's usually in the pirate ship, so he's Captain Crawfish. That's what he goes by. These bluegills, they're funny. I put the other one in there so he'd have a friend, and he absolutely hates this other bluegill. I don't know why. Probably because he's the only other fish that eats as much as him. These bluegills, I'll throw beetles in here, like June bugs and black beetles, and these bluegills tear them up. They're the only fish that get the beetles, except the creek chubs. If the bluegills can get the beetles off the top of the water because they float and then spit them out, the chubs will come and eat them. Oh my gosh. He just doesn't want that other bluegill to have any. Also, this black crappie wasn't even meant to be in here because I actually caught him, whereas the other black crappie I got from the hatchery when I went and got the fish tank. So I might end up letting him go. He's pretty big. He's like 12 inches. But like I said, crappie, I mean, they don't even... Most of these fish in here, they can be in a fish tank and they're fine. Like bluegill are fine. Perch is fine. The crappie are fine. I mean, look, you catch crappie out of brush piles. They just sit in brush piles all day. Smallmouth, since he's never lived in a river before, he's honestly fine. But I think that if I were to catch one from the river and put him in here, I don't think that would work. Because I think he'd always be trying to escape. But this one grew up in a hatchery. He's known nothing but a tank his whole life, as sad as that sounds. But when I let him go, I probably will let him go in the river. I don't know, though. I could let him go in a reservoir. I think he would honestly do better there, just based on how he's grown up. That's where I would let these guys go. You can catch them in a local river called the Scioto River, but and these dudes are apex predators, these wiper, I'm telling you. They grew the fastest. They grew way faster than the smallmouth. Like the smallmouth was probably already, I'd say 7 inches long. These dudes were like 3 inches long. And they just eat and eat and eat. Now they're kind of capped off. They don't have as big of an appetite. So that's letting me know that they're definitely growing out their area. So I think I'm going to have to let these guys go pretty soon. And I'll let them go in a reservoir where white bass and everything live. So they'll be good there. And I know you guys, I've seen a couple comments. I know this is a new channel, but I have other YouTube channels and everything, but where I also post this fish tank at. And I know this is going to be a more, obviously, fish tank only channel. Whereas my other channel, it's cars and then it's this. So it's not really diehard fish tank fans that know exactly what they're talking about and are right. Which, I mean, yeah, you guys have been saying, a couple of people said it's overstocked, which, I mean, I would agree. I don't think it's overstocked to an extreme amount. Honestly, it's a 125-gallon tank. All these fish live together. It's not nothing like... I have fish that won't go together in here. And especially when I get these wiper on, it'll definitely be a lot better. But I'm really hoping to grow this channel out and get it big, fast. I'm going to be posting 4 or 5 shorts every day. I'm trying to... Oh, jeez. I cannot wait till that largemouth is big enough to eat these chubs. He absolutely cannot stand them. If you guys are ever fishing a pond or anything and you can't get your largemouth to bite, throw on a chub, I'm telling you. They cannot stand them. Because this largemouth came out of a pond. He's never seen a chub in his life. But he absolutely hates them. It's so funny to watch him. Because like one day here in a couple, I don't know. He's pretty small, but maybe half a year or so he'll be big enough to eat that chub. So it's messed up, but I really hope that chub's still here just so he can get eaten for all the times he's messed with the largemouth. Oh, it's messed up. But yeah, that'll pretty much wrap it up. I also plan on doing 1 to 2 videos like this a day, and I have a whole bunch of ideas. I'm just getting started. So I appreciate you guys liking and sharing and subscribing. That means a lot. And yeah, just let me know in the comments wherever you guys want to see new fish that would fit this environment, new structure, whatever. If you guys think I should remove some structure. It was just these two pieces here. And I went and added 3 of these in for the crawfish and the catfish. But the catfish, I didn't realize he could even fit in there. So he just lives in there now. So that kind of backfired. And then I put this in here just to have some live structure. Still floats, so that's why the rock's on it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks again for watching. I'm in the video now for real.